Back. Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show, and I'm happy to be joined in this hour by Pat Page. Pat is the executive director of the North Georgia Pregnancy Center. Before I bring you in, we have a small studio here, and we have a small room out there, and sometimes we have guests come in and they don't know me very well, and I tend to get worked up. And I didn't make you nervous or anything.
Not at all. Glad to see you worked up.
Okay. I always like something to work off of. We'll work off that.
Yes.
May I call you Pat?
Absolutely.
Pat, how are you today?
Just fine. How are you doing?
I am so glad to have you here this morning.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you, there's so many reasons. There's a long list because myself, I see in the general public a lot of times we don't talk pregnancy and we don't talk abortion. We don't talk a lot of these things until election season. We don't talk them until some politician is seeing who can get the endorsement and get a picture with somebody at the center or something. And I'm not being negative to that, but that's usually when it gets highlighted. And what falls in the cracks, and I hate to say that, I hate to ever say people fall in the cracks. That to me, that's a sad statement.
Yes.
But what falls in the cracks is the actual center and actually what you do and what you provide. Tell us just some general things about the North Georgia Pregnancy Center.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here and share about our vision. We are completely free. All of our services are free, and it really doesn't matter what county you live in or where you live in North Georgia. We are located in Jasper, Pickens County, but we serve all surrounding counties. I think the first thing that might bring someone to our center is an unplanned pregnancy. And you don't have to be a young teenager or an older person. If you have an unplanned pregnancy or maybe even a pregnancy and you don't know exactly what it means to be a parent, what that looks like, how to raise a child, you come in, you get a free pregnancy test, and you meet some wonderful counselors who can sit down with you and talk about, okay, you had a positive test. How can we help you moving forward? We don't sit down and talk about or condemn, how did you get pregnant? How did you end up here? What is your problem? We meet you right where you are. You're pregnant, you're scared, you need help.
So let me say, you're pregnant,
Yes.
You're scared, you need help. So you knock down all the walls when somebody comes in because a lot of people, they're afraid, these young ladies are afraid.
They
and when
are.
they come in, do they sometimes have a misconception of what you do?
I think you're right. I think that they're not really sure what a pregnancy center is.
Right.
We had a girl call yesterday who was around 14 and she thought we did abortions and she was calling to find out how much it would cost. And what we do when we get a call like that is we say, why don't we come in and verify your pregnancy first? Because a lot of people can have a false positive test at home and they run and they plan and get an abortion and they didn't even have a viable pregnancy. So it's important that you have a viable pregnancy. We can offer ultrasounds to make sure that you are pregnant and that you don't have a tubal pregnancy. So you come in, we do the pregnancy test, and then we set up an ultrasound in your first trimester, and then we talk to you about your options. I know a lot of people think, oh, you're just all about saving the baby. You don't care about the mother, and you don't care about their future, which is totally not true because we want you to have all of your options. A lot of Planned Parenthood centers don't give them all their options. We want you to know that you can choose life for your baby, you can choose adoption for your baby, and if you do choose abortion, we want you to know what your options are there. Because if you're not going to spell out what happens during an abortion, the consequences after the abortion, how you're going to also need healing after that, and counseling after the abortion, we're not giving them the big picture. So we don't encourage abortion, but we want them to know if they make that choice, we're still going to be there for them to help them afterwards.
You know, I'm happy to hear that you know, it's what I'm hearing is you don't judge the person.
Absolutely not.
That's what this is all coming together for me. You don't judge the
Never
person.
comes out in our
Right.
conversation.
And if they walk out your door and they choose to go do something, you say, you're welcome to come back.
We're going to be here for you. And
Right.
we have had that happen. We had, years ago, a young lady was forced by her boyfriend to abort their twins. He didn't want to be a parent. She was heartbroken. She called us back a few weeks later and said, I need help. She was in tears. She said, I feel suicidal, I'm depressed, I'm hurting, I need someone to talk to. And we said, we're here for you. We're totally here for you. So it doesn't matter. You don't even have to be a first-time pregnant person. You could be married with a couple of children and a new baby on the way, and we're here to serve the families, not just unmarried, single teenagers. We are here because our average age is 24, pregnant mom in this community. And some of them are educated, some of them aren't, some of them have dropped out of school, some of them have a support system, some of them have a committed boyfriend, some of them have nobody. So all walks of life come through the door, and we try to help them get through their pregnancy by offering classes, offering counseling, and when they leave the center, when their baby's born, they have a diaper bag, baby clothes, diapers and wipes, everything they need to get started being a parent for that newborn.
Let me back up a little
Sure.
bit. We really got into the center, and we're going to go further with that. Let me talk about you for a minute. You've been there for 7 years?
Yes, I
Is
have.
that correct? Tell us a little bit, share some personal things of the reason why you do it. What's your
Okay.
passion?
Wow, my passion started way back in 1973 when abortion became legal. I just graduated high school. I don't think our society really realized what happened in 1973 when Roe versus Wade came through the courts. I was passionate about life at that season for me. I got married, went to college, got married, raised 4 children. All during my parenting years, we were very involved in supporting the concept of life, beginning at conception. And I've worked with teenagers most of my life. I understand once ultrasound technology became so prevalent in our society, there's no doubt that a heartbeat and a life does not begin at conception. People really don't deny that anymore.
And that was a wake-up
Interesting.
call.
Yes, yes it was.
That was a wake-up call. Before it was so easy to get an ultrasound,
Yes.
you know, maybe, and I want you to
No,
keep
it's
going
true.
with
There
that,
was
but
no
before,
proof. Yeah.
right, but there was no, and there was also, if you have a mother there, an expecting mother, actually you're just talking to them. But now, if you say, you might want to look at this, I mean,
Right.
that was big.
Right.
I didn't mean, I want to
No,
hear more
that-
about
that is
yourself
absolutely true.
and your passion
Well,
in this.
when my son started college, I realized, wow, I don't have a job anymore. You know, I've raised my children, and I wanted to do something because I have a heart, number one, to help people. And I have a heart for a mission bigger than just being in a benevolent organization. And there's many wonderful benevolent organizations to serve in. But my heart is to give them hope beyond the immediate crisis. They might come through the door with the immediate crisis of I'm pregnant, I'm scared, I don't have a support system, I don't have any money. It starts there, but it goes beyond that. Because we see young people with a lot more problems than a pregnancy. And my heart is to help them see that there's hope, there's healing, and there's a vision for their future.
This is a crazy statement out of me.
What?
I've been known to make it, but if they were just coming in and they were saying they're pregnant, that would be the easy part.
That's the easy part.
Because
We can
it's
help you with
what
that.
they bring in, the baggage, no pun intended, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, I'm
That's
picking
it.
that up because
That's it.
if somebody would just come in and say, well, I'm pregnant, okay, and here's what we're gonna do, and
Right.
but it's the, I don't wanna say the environment, their
Their
lifestyle,
history,
whatever,
yeah.
history.
Well, you go in with a
You'll say-
dentist and you need a tooth pulled because it's hurting you, but maybe your eating habits are such that all your teeth are going to be rotten and you're going to all need to be pulled. So we back it. It's like let's back it out.
Just went to the dentist yesterday. You didn't have to say. We could have stayed clear away from
I
that.
know, away from the
that
dentist. I
example.
hate the dentist.
Go back. You're out of a
Yeah.
job. I'm so sorry to
No.
interrupt, but I'm
No,
enjoying
it's
this
all
so
part
much,
of it.
Pat. Your son went to college. You're out of a job. You was fast forward
Right.
there a little bit. Where
And-
were you at?
Well, I asked the Lord, I said, what do you want me to do with the rest of my life? I'm very young at heart. I'm a grandmother, but I have a lot of energy and passion to continue serving in whatever capacity I'm called to serve. And I don't believe in wasting your life. So I asked God, where do you want me to serve? What do you want me to do? A friend called me up and said, there's an opening at the pregnancy center as an administrative assistant. Well, that's right up my alley. I love organizing and helping people. So I go up there. I kind of am mentoring under the former director, Carol Hutchinson, working with Ralph Barker, the development director. And initially, I'm a wedding planner. That's what I've done for 20
Yes,
years.
sir.
And so I thought, I can do this. I can help put on banquets and fundraisers and be involved with the girls and just multitasking, whatever I need to do. The more I got into the center, the more I realized, wow, I really want to be here to help this community. I want them to see a vision beyond just this unplanned pregnancy, and that there's hope and that there's healing. And I always said to my kids, it's not how you start off, it's how you end up. We all have stuff in the past that we aren't proud of, that we don't want to talk about. But you know what? It's how moving forward, learning from those mistakes, moving forward, knowing that there's hope and healing, because we don't apologize for being a faith-based ministry, because we have so many kids with so many problems that involve anxiety, they're not reconciled with their family, their boyfriend, and they're not speaking, they're divorced, they're separated, they're hurting, they're unemployed. There's just all kind of problems that come with that, and I'm thinking, you know what? We have some truth we can give them. We have some hope that we can give them. And we always ask our clients before they leave the counseling room, is there anything we can be praying for you about? And I would say that 99.9% of them say, yes, please, I need prayer for this and this and this. We have an opportunity to shed light, God's truth, on their problem and talk with them about it and build that relationship with them. And they keep coming back. They come to us. We don't have to go to them.
You know,
So that's exciting.
it's interesting to hear you say that, because I found witnessing does not exactly have to mean that you're, preaching and just going at somebody.
Yes,
But when they're in a situation much like that, just caring and being there.
yes,
And then the last thing, saying, is there anything we could pray for you about? And people would be amazed that people that say they don't believe or I don't like religion and I don't even read the Bible, I haven't gone to church. But in these situations, they will tell you something
that
to
is
pray
a good
for.
point. It is so true. And we don't endorse any denomination or religion
Right.
or anything. We've had girls that were in Wiccan, we've had atheists. It really doesn't matter. But what draws them to us is our love for them and our desire to help them and our desire to present truth and hope for the future and meet their immediate tangible needs.
Serving your community.
Absolutely.
I want to ask you something before we go to our break, and then when we come back, I want to talk about all the things that we see here today and all the services that you do provide. The public's view of North Georgia Pregnancy Center. How do you think they see you sometimes, and what do you think that you would like to? What are some of the challenges of how somebody might see you out in the public that you would like to clear up today, if there are any?
We work very closely with our churches because they are kind of our link. Churches and civic organizations are very dear and near to our hearts, because when we're able to get into a church and talk with youth pastors and to talk with people about what we do, they need to know that we're not politically driven. We do not take any money from the federal government. We take no federal grants. We're not controlled by a political group of people. We don't have any agenda other than, which is our mission statement, is serving the community, offering help, hope, and healing for the crisis they might find themselves in. And to see them hopefully teach the next generation different than the way they were brought up, to stop the spiraling generational patterns of behavior that maybe they didn't have a dad, maybe they had a lot of broken hearts along the way, but they don't have to continue teaching their children that. So it doesn't matter what denomination, it doesn't matter your income, it doesn't matter where you live. We are here to offer hope, healing, and help to anyone that needs it. Like I said, we're not politically driven. We don't give money to any organization. We're run by a board of directors and 10 volunteers and 3 part-time staff. And that's what we've been doing for 23 years. So we're very thankful to be a stable, I would say a lighthouse in the community.
But you have no political affiliations.
Absolutely
the
not.
Pregnancy Center.
Absolutely not.
Folks, I'm here with Pat Page, Executive Director of the North Georgia Pregnancy Center. And we're going to take a brief break. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're going to have Pat tell you about some of these brochures, some of the things that's coming up, some events that may be taking place that you can get involved in, and how can you help? I know you're out there asking, and we'll cover those things when we turn from these messages. Lonnie, take us a break.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
Only Pizza Hut delivers 2 medium pizzas any way you want for just $6.99 each. Get any 2 freshly made pizzas with high quality, fresh ingredients and sauce made with California vine ripened tomatoes. Now get your favorite specialty recipes like meat lovers, backyard barbecue chicken, or 5-pepper pepperoni. So you never have to compromise with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty. Anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ella. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
El Rey and Ella J.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ella J.
Better days ahead. Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
The 50-50 sale is back at Shattenkirk Ford. 50 trucks must go in the next 50 hours. Shop over 250 trucks in stock and starting as low as $79.95. And there's several more on the lot just like it. Yes, 50 trucks must go, and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. You have 50 hours to cash in on huge savings. Don't miss our 50-50 sales event at Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Good morning from the office. We have a lot of fun here on my show. It's great. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. I am joined this morning by the executive director, my guest, the executive director of the North Georgia Pregnancy Center, Pat Page. Pat, earlier we were talking. I want to switch gears to what little time we have left. And folks, stay tuned. I haven't seen George all week, and I know you haven't either. And I wanted George to come share at least final thoughts for the day. I asked him to do that. So in a minute, George will be sharing final thoughts of the day. Pat, just a couple things, not switching directions, but let's talk about a couple success stories. Let's talk about a couple success stories. And I guess earlier, like I said, fall through the cracks. I don't even like those kind of comments. Like I wish they were all success stories. I think everybody's a success story.
Yes.
But let's talk about some things.
Okay, great. Thank you. I will divert a little bit, and I will say that one of the reasons that a lot of people do not follow through on the program is, for whatever reason, they just either don't think they need help, or they're too lazy to come over and get the free things that we are able to offer. And we want to encourage them. You have to make effort to be anything successful. You have to make effort. It's like that old saying, you can drive a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. We have everything you need to be a successful parent. And it's free, and we love doing what we do. We have a program called Earn While You Learn. Earn what your baby needs and be the best parent you can be. We have over 600 DVDs that we plug into the DVD player in a counseling room. You sit there and watch a DVD for about 20 minutes. Then a counselor comes in and makes sure you understood what you learned. And then you get baby bucks, and you can use your baby bucks to get baby things for your newborn. The classes range from what to expect when you're expecting to shaken baby syndrome, how to get your baby to sleep through the night, how to eat healthy when you're pregnant.
And you have all this at the center.
We have them all there, all of them there.
And it's all free.
And it's all free. And when
so they
pregnant,
can do this, and they earn. They learn these things. And these valuable things that they need, and they're earning baby bucks. What can they do with the baby bucks?
Baby bucks are like play money. You can go and buy a lot of what you see here: baby books, baby bottles, baby bibs, sleepers, outfits, blankets, pacifiers. It's like having a big baby shower for yourself, and you just earned it all.
That is great.
When you first find out you're pregnant, you can come and pick out a brand new diaper bag. We have about 15 different patterns. You keep your diaper bag at the center. Every time you come for class, you get free items. And then you get baby bucks to shop in another store called Angel Babies Boutique. That's open to the public. Anybody can shop at Angel Babies. All donations are tax deductible. We have 0 to 3 toddler. So if you might have a toddler and a baby on the way, you can shop for both of your kids in the Angel Babies store. So we have 2 different stores. We have a mommy store for pregnant mommies. It's all brand new, and an Angel Baby store. Nothing's more than $3 if you want to come shop for your infant or your toddler. We take real money and we take baby bucks. So it's a win-win for moms and dads in the community. We also have a fatherhood program. There's dads that would like to have visitation rights and custody of their children. A lot of times they're in the court system and they need parenting classes, and we have been approved by the courts to offer parenting classes.
This is great.
So they can come to us, and we write letters to the judge and the lawyer. When they've completed the program, I type up a letter. This young man came faithfully. This is one success story I love. Big guy comes in, looks like a sumo wrestler. He's like, I've got a baby boy, and I never had a daddy in my life, but I'm going to be a daddy to my son. And made me cry. Gave him a big old bear hug, you know. I love it. I love when they say, I wasn't raised the way I needed to be, but I'm going to change and be that daddy. So he got custody of his son through our classes, and he's one of our heroes. We love him. And we have a male mentor that comes, and he'll come after hours if you have a job, and he'll sit and talk to the guys and encourage them about being a good dad. So what a win-win for men that need a good role model in their life, women that need mothers' images and patterns to come alongside. They may not have had a good role model. Maybe they didn't have a good mother figure. Maybe they had a broken family. We want to teach them how to move forward.
Well, you know what you've taught me this morning is you've taught me that, and I'm going to use myself as an example, at the pregnancy center, we get a tunnel vision of what is available and what it's about.
Yes.
But it's much broader than we can imagine. I'm sitting here today, it didn't even come to me, well, why don't you have classes or things that could help the father that would support the mother?
Exactly.
And
we talk about that very thing.
And I'm thinking to myself,
Yes.
wow, because I've known about the Pregnancy Center for quite some time. I've heard presentations at several churches. I've known Ralph for years, and I've been to the banquet. But I kindly had a tunnel vision on it, and you've opened my eyes to a lot of things. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. And one thing we encourage, there's a lot of babies that share parents. They don't live together. We don't encourage you to get married just for the sake of the child. Because if you're not learning to be a good parent to your child, getting married is not always the answer to that problem. And we encourage you to help yourself, fix yourself, become a good parent, respect each other. You don't want your child growing up hearing you guys arguing and bad-mouthing one another. You've got to speak well about the baby mama and the baby daddy so that child knows that he's loved and he has supportive parents. So we talk about that, working through problems, working through conflicts. That's a whole other thing. But you just have to come by this center. We love to give a tour to anybody that wants to come by. We're getting ready to have a breakfast, a coffee and donut tour, open house. I believe it's the last Wednesday in the month of July. We have a website, babyontheway.org. Check out our website and our hours and our services. And if you want to come for the coffee and donut tour, we would love to have you. It's not more than an hour.
Let me say something here for a minute. Folks, if you've been watching at home, and you say, boy, I would really like for somebody to hear this clip or see this clip, go to fetchernews.com. You go under the news section there. You'll see a GMFTO category right there, any county. YouTube, we'll have this up on the website later today. If you look at the top of the screen, it says babyontheway.org, www.babyontheway. That is on the screen. Lonnie's had that the whole time we're talking. We will clip this segment and have it up. They will have it on their website. We'll share it on Facebook, everywhere, because I have to tell you, I had some tunnel vision. I've known about the center for quite some time, and I did not realize you had all the things. What events do you have coming up? Is there a banquet in the future? How do you raise money?
Absolutely.
Let's get to the money part of this thing,
Let's get to the money.
Okay?
Well, Ralph and I are available to speak to any civic organization, church organization,
so we got to take
small
Ralph.
group. Well, we don't have to.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke. Most of my viewers, they know Ralph's been on many times.
Ralph's
So
in the
that's my
community.
joke.
We appreciate his presence.
Joke, but
we do have a banquet October 13th, a Thursday night at Chat Tech. We promise that you're out of there by 9 o'clock. It's a 7 to 9 program with a lovely catered meal, candlelight dinner, speakers, testimonies, and just a vision for what we're doing. So we would love for you to host a table or just come as a guest. It's free. So email us through Baby on the Way and you can find out more about it. We also have a wonderful program every February called Loving Well. We want to teach parents, youth pastors, teenagers, college-age kids how to have healthy, good relationships with the opposite sex. God created sex. He doesn't hate it. But if you do it His way and you follow His ways, the best outcome with the family unit and with a healthy relationship with your spouse, that's the best plan. Not everybody does that, okay? But we want to talk about sexual integrity, good friendships, moving forward when you failed. We want to talk to young people and parents about what does this look like. And we're going to have some dynamic speakers, Scott Farrell, Krispy Kreme donuts, a coffee bar, giveaway prizes. It's a wonderful opportunity to come and bring your friends, and we talk about real nitty-gritty PG-13 rated stuff. If kids are in public schools, they already know most of this.
Yeah, I agree
or beyond,
with you.
they can teach
but
it.
when you say you go out and you'll speak with churches or different groups, when somebody comes to the door, it's non-denominational.
Absolutely.
We're not looking at your background.
Nope.
We're not looking at your race.
Not at all.
We're not looking at anything.
Just you.
Just you.
How can we serve you?
How can you serve you? What were the 3 H's you had?
We offer help, hope, and healing.
Help, hope, and healing.
And to finish up what you asked me, individual donations is always $10 a month, $25 a month. Those residual income donations really are the stability in the center. Our fundraiser, we try to raise about 40% through our banquet. The Loving Well is not a fundraiser, it's community outreach. We have a few private grants that we have, churches, individuals, and then baby bottles. Talk to us about baby bottles. You take a baby bottle home, you fill it up with change, and you bring it back, and that's about 10 to 12% of our budget. So
That's great.
anybody can do baby bottles, and it doesn't take away from your church
Could you leave
budget.
me one today? I can go get one,
This
but
is
leave
it
me
right
one
here.
today, okay.
It's a great
huh?
way to raise money for the center.
Oh, man.
I'll give you it.
Here's the thing, and I'm putting you on the spot here.
Okay.
I'm putting you on the spot because I was saving these $4. I was saving $4 for when IHOP had all-you-can-eat pancakes for 99 cents, and I was going to go 4 days in a row when they had that week.
You know what?
You know what? I'm going to go like this.
Golly,
Take
you're
my
my
pancake.
hero.
Oh, there's my pancake
All right,
money.
folks, his
I'm
pancake
hurting.
money is in the jar.
Hold the
It's in
syrup. Honey, there's no need to buy the Aunt Jemima.
Thank you, Brian.
No, you've made my day. You do. No, you're serious. You need to know you left with my pancake money. That's my
Well, you know
99-cent IHOP money. But I'll get it back somehow, some way, because that's how the good Lord. That's how the good Lord works, right? So we'll get it back somehow, some way. I want to know two things before we leave. I want to know who's at the center in a support staff, and how can people volunteer, and that's what I want to wrap up with.
Thank you. Ralph and I are, and I have an administrative assistant. We work part-time, and we're there every time the doors are open. And about 10 volunteers run the baby store, do the counseling, and the mommy store. And we're run by volunteers in that way, faithfully. If you want to volunteer to help at the center, we only ask that you give about 4 to 6 hours a month, which is very minimal. If you want to have baby bottles for your church or group or organization, Ralph can drop them off. You keep them 30 days, we come back and get them, and that's a wonderful way to give back. You can have a baby shower for us. If your ladies group or youth group want to do a baby shower and bring some newborn clothes.
That really means a lot to these young ladies, doesn't it?
It is amazing. They are overwhelmed when they see that they get to pick out new outfits for their child, and they've earned it, their baby bucks. So you can do that. You can come to the banquet and be a table host. You can help sponsor that or sponsor our Loving Well. So just call us. We'll give you all kind of ideas. And there's no special training to be a
Everything
counselor.
is on that website.
Yes, sir. There's
Especially how to get in touch with you guys and ask any
our
questions.
phone numbers and our email.
Pat, I'm up against the break, and I got to
Yes.
close up my show. Thank you so much. You
It's a pleasure.
just an eye-opener, folks. An eye-opener that we're going to have on the website. We'll have it on FetcherNews.com, YouTube. It will be on their website. It'll be on their Facebook, everybody's Facebook, so you want to share this. I'm your host. I'm glad to have Pat Page, Executive Director of the North Georgia Pregnancy Center, with me this morning. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, George McClellan will be in here, and George is going to share the final thoughts. He's bringing our final thoughts of the day, because I need a break. So we'll be back right after these messages.